Hi guys, and welcome to Sell Your Collection Part 3. Also, it's take free. Anyway, there's basically been a month and a half and a week and something like that since we did our Sell Your Collection videos, which had a lot of interest.
They did. Connor sold all of his collection. Ignore the cards that you can see behind us. It's actually just a green screen. This is all fake now.
We just took a photo. And basically, we just wanted to see where the market's gone now. Has it continued or with its momentum, or has it, come back a bit?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, actually. But firstly, we want to say a massive thank you for your support on Grade Fit. I think it's surpassed both our expectations, mine and Tom's.
Yeah, for sure. We've spent a very long time getting all of this sorted. Everything from like the actual design of the brand and making sure they get made and they're all good. And we actually really like the quality of them for a start. So we're super happy with that, or else we wouldn't have released them. And the messages we've been getting from everyone, those who have purchased and those who haven't purchased, saying how good it is that there's a UK and Europe supplier now of these and all that good stuff. Just a massive thank you to everyone who's purchased or messaged us about this.
Yes, for sure. And secondly, I'm going to tell you all, which I don't normally, to subscribe. So basically, on these investment videos, like 80 to 90% of you are not subscribed. And I mean, I know even if you don't like any of our other content, it helps if you subscribe and you just watch this every Monday. That's fine. That's cool. But yeah, let's finish that and then let's get into the topic on hand.
Okay, so we've gone to the base set first edition holographics on PokemonPrice.com to start with. Now, I can see a very flat line.
Yes, we got a new bit of data, haven't we, since the last time we looked at this. So last time we were talking about that huge jump, but now the next piece of data is...
The next piece of data is less than $1,000 more expensive.
Which is about the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much identical.
Yeah, I would say 1,000, especially on 150,000. Yeah. It's not... someone might have paid a little bit more, but... So nothing's changed there for the base set first editions.
No, it's going pretty stable.
Which is good, I would suggest. I mean, it didn't drop to 140,000 even.
No.
So what's happened is the price has ramped up and everyone's gone, yes, they're now worth that.
Yeah,
so I mean, would say that's good.
The Charizard selling at $75,000 is a precedent. I don't think it's going to drop below that really now.
No.
I'm not 100% sure about the other base set cards, but I think the Charizard is super safe where it's at, and it's just going to get higher and higher.
That's always going to push this set, though, isn't it? Like you say, we don't see that one coming down in price.
No,
not at the moment.
I think base set first is always going to be the one that doesn't really suffer the massive woo.
They haven't even
goes
there,
down.
have they? Yeah.
No, I mean this here is a bit odd. But
that could have been data or anything.
Yeah, that could have been completely anomalous. So let's move on to the next set. It's Jungle, because we all know base isn't going to move that much, really.
Yeah.
It's not going to go down.
Quite a safe set.
Jungle, here we go. So we looked at this bit last time, the 4th and the 5th, so April and May, and we went up to $17,000, and now we're at $18,500, so it's gone up again by $1,000.
So another $1,000 increase. That's pretty decent on this size set.
Yep.
In other times... On that graph, obviously, without that end, it would have been a big spike.
It would have been a quarter of the price completely increased, and it's just going up and up and up. We are seeing a little bit of a whoop, and it's starting to level off a little bit.
Yeah, by the looks of it, we're coming to the end of the momentum.
Yeah.
Like the end of, and hopefully, the prices will stay there, but yeah.
So what do we have next? We have Fossil First Edition Holos. And now this one's got a weird, kind of skate park kind of vibe going to it. Whoop, and then we go back down. But we looked at the data before of being 10 and 15.
So a huge increase
and
there, yeah.
We're still at 15. We're slightly higher on the 15, a few $100s more, but we're still at $15,000. I think these three sets are the ones that realistically aren't going to come back too much.
Does it just prove that the prices have now been accepted?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's just everyone's gone, yes, these are worth this much now.
Yeah.
The prices aren't continuing, but they can't just continue to increase in price. That's just not how it works.
No, especially not exponentially like that.
Yeah. But I think a lot of collectors are going, okay, these cards are worth this much now.
Yeah,
and if I want them, I have to pay this much. So it's interesting, and it's not a lot there, is it? Was it $100, $200?
Yeah, it's a few $100.
$300-$400, which is, in the main season thing is not a lot of.
No, I mean
for
it's not. We saw that kind of increase here,
yeah,
and yeah, it's not massive. But it is stable.
It has again stabilised. So yeah, hopefully maybe we'll see some different sort. Maybe everything's stabilised.
Maybe everything's stabilised. Maybe that'll be this entire video.
We've
got some crazy here because this.
Yeah, we spoke about that last time.
However, if we ignore that data there and we looked at this data, so 13,800, 15,700, and now 16,900. So it's gone up by over $1,000 again.
So that's still, you would say, I would say that's still got some momentum behind it, personally.
Yeah, I mean, especially with things like the dot magneton.
Yeah.
And stuff like being like, oh, this is a little difficult to grade. Yeah, so I mean, I think there are definitely things here that are pushing this set and will continue to push this set just because of the difficulty.
Yeah, on some of the cards.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous as well because look how stable it was. It even went lower. I think that's what we spoke about last time.
Yeah, it drops.
It actually drops. And that's what, at that time, I was like telling everyone, oh, just pick up Team Rocket First Edition, get into the hobby. Yeah. And now you look at it and it's turned into a...
And now you could either do that or buy like something a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
Like a car.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? But that's maybe different to Jungle and Fossil a bit.
Yeah.
That looks like that's still trying to realise
it's still got somewhere to go, yeah. I think people are still thinking, okay, so certain cards in this one. We've got a Charizard, we've got some really hard cards to grade.
Yeah.
What's
Dark
next?
Raichu Secret Rare.
We've got Secret Rare.
Yeah, maybe prices maybe not have got there just yet. But anyway, that's interesting enough.
And then we go on to the most beautiful sets from WOTC.
The gyms.
The gym sets. And we've seen a little bit more stabilization here. So we go from 6 to 13 to 18, which is where we ended last time. And now we're at just over $19,000. So this has gone up by $1,000 again. Again, we're kind of hitting that peak by the looks of it. It's starting to flatten out a little bit, but it's still gone up by $1,000.
Which is, again, still a lot.
It's still a lot of money.
If you look at the prices before, if that went up by $1,000, you'd be asked, like, that would be like a massive mountain on the map.
Yeah, well, it'd be double the height.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but it's interesting how it's increased by 400. What is it, 400% or 4 times? Or
yeah,
whatever?
well, it's gone from around $3,500 now to $19,000. So that's gone up like nearly 6x, 5x, 6x.
That's a ridiculous amount.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe it just proves that maybe that's where the price is now from people's opinions. Jim has obviously been incredibly popular on social media at the moment. We were chatting to a guy actually we met the other day about Jim. I believe he has Challenge and I've got Heroes, and we were having a bit of banter about which one's better. But in the main, I think it just proves that.
But he also like Near Revelations, so.
Near Discovery.
I like Near Revelations.
You do like Near Revelations, but it's interesting. That it's still pushing then. There's still some push. I think it's kind of going to level off though. Yeah. Right? I can't see that going much higher.
I think maybe with Jim, I think the issue is it's hitting that 20 grand mark.
Yeah.
And I think with it not being the 1999 Pokemon cards, I think that's where people go, yeah, 20 grand's probably all right for this.
Yeah, but that's more expensive than Jungle Fossil and Team Rocket right now.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, whereas those are like, I mean, Rocket's 2000, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas like the 99 sets, like people are like, that's the first year of Pokemon. And then Team Rocket, we've got the Charizard, we've got the things that are hard to grade, we've got Secret. I think with Gym Heroes, you've got more of that. Okay, well, this is like the second lot of Pokemon now.
Yeah.
This is where we go like a little bit further. And I think people, even like $20,000, I think people are like, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, that's probably good.
To see if then Jungle and Fossil are weighed up against it, because they're seen as more boring sets, aren't they? But they are the originals.
They are the originals, but they are more boring.
They are. So it's interesting to see whether they're going to hit kind of the same price.
I think
maybe Jim will come down, or maybe the Jungle and Fossil will go up. It'll be interesting.
My prediction for Jim will be that it's going to get very stable at $20,000 to $21,000, like in that $20,000 range.
Gym Challenge may be even more interesting then.
Yeah, let's see Gym Challenge.
Because it's more expensive than Gym Heroes.
Oh yeah,
at least
for sure.
Historically.
So let's have a quick look at that. So we went from so April we had 12,600, then May we had nearly $20,000, and now we're at $22,000. So that's gone up by 2,000. I think this is going to go higher. I'm just saying.
Could this hit $25,000?
Yeah. I mean, the Charizard is in this, right? Blaine's Charizard. So, and is Blaine's Moltres in this one as well?
That's the other one.
That's Gym Heroes. Because I know that one's super hard to grade. I think this will stable at 25.
It's with the Charizard, isn't it? Like we said about base set first edition, how Charizard pushes the price. It's very like if Blaine's Charizard tomorrow becomes like a 12,000, 14, 15,000 pound card, which isn't impossible.
Nope.
There's not loads of WOTC Charizards. And if you're going after a PSA 10 first edition set of Charizards, you need this one. And Charizard, as we explained in the Charizard tax, has a ridiculous amount of people.
Because he's a big money dragon.
Yeah, people want him at the end of the day. But that's what people want. I think it could definitely be a driver. Will it bring heroes with it? I'm not so sure.
No, I don't think it
I
will.
think it might. I think it might push again.
Yeah.
Whereas I think heroes might, like you said, level off at 19, 20. But Gym Challenge could push again to 25, 26.
Yeah, I think it'll get to 25. I think. Yeah. I'd say like. With my predictions, I'm giving them like a 12-month span. I think Gym will like settle at 20,000 every year.
Yeah.
And I think Gym Challenge will probably hit 25 in a year. Obviously, that's not advice.
No,
opinion.
I get it. These are all just opinions, guys.
But yeah, I definitely think. I mean, we've seen so much love for that Charizard lately.
Yeah.
eBay sold
and
listings and things like that. Oh,
of course. The Gym Challenge at the end of their Gym Challenge is the hype set right now.
Yeah.
It's the set everyone wants to collect. So like that's gonna have just a factor. Like the more people looking at the set, the more expensive the cards are gonna be. It's that simple, really.
Now should we get on to what is officially the hardest set ever to grade?
Yes.
Let's do it. So we was looking around here, $19,000, and then it went boop to 50. That over doubles.
So you got 30. So if you had this set, you've just made 30 grand. I believe the Typhlosion 17 sold for that much.
Yeah,
I think that's why.
And the Lugia sold for 25,000 or something, $28,000. I don't know what to say about Neo Genesis other than if you've got Neo Genesis, congratulations. You can now buy a Nissan GTR.
It's very difficult to suggest what could happen with these cards because they're such low populations.
Yeah.
And whenever one goes up for auction, which is once a year, once every 2 years.
Yeah.
You don't know where the price is going to go. There's people literally saving money to hope that they're going to have the chance to buy the Lugia Typhlosion or the Slow King. There's so many.
I mean, look at Randolph. Obviously, he wants that Lugia.
Yeah.
If he can save the money and one comes up, what's to stop him biting the bullet? What's to stop anyone like that just going, do you know what, it's $30,000 for that card, but I need it. Yeah,
I might as well take the hit now.
Yeah.
Because it could be worth... But there is a limit to these things.
Yeah, because for sure, but if you've missed out at 10 or 5 and then 10 and then 15 and then 20, when do you eventually just go, damn, I need that card?
Where is the potential with Neo Genesis against base set first? Because Neo Genesis is harder to get overall.
Yeah.
But are we always going to say base set first edition sets the standard for where the top price could be? So
yeah,
if that was a £250,000 set, nothing else can go near it, right?
Yeah, if you like as full sets, if you exclude things like the promos.
But I don't know if there's an argument where Neo Genesis could potentially double.
I think Neo Genesis will be the second most expensive set ever because it is a lot of people's first set.
It's Gen 2's first set.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of people started on Gen 2.
A lot of people prefer Gen 2. You prefer Gen 2.
Gen 2's better.
Yeah, a lot. I think when...
Like, it has more gameplay.
Yeah.
And if you was playing the games as a kid, like, sure, you was going to have some nostalgia, but if you was, like, 4, 5, 6 years old, all the way up to, like, 12 years old, the new game come out, and there's more features.
To be fair, I remember the excitement around Gen 2. I do. Even I remember the excitement around Gen 2. Oh, new Pokemon. Wow, what are these Pokemon? And Chikorita got a lot of hate, but Totodile got a lot of love. And it was interesting to see that, and that's definitely contributed to this now.
And people blooming love Lugia.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
People love Ho-Oh as well. I love Ho-Oh.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Lugia. So you've got both opinions here.
Yeah. We're actually wearing each other's. I know we're wearing the right colours. I'm wearing red. You're wearing blue.
Neo Genesis is an incredibly difficult one to call.
The camera is just like, I'm wearing grey.
Yeah, you're definitely just grey. But I mean, it's one that we couldn't call. I don't think. It's so confined and concentrated.
However,
I'm
gonna make a statement here.
Okay.
I think that one of the Neo Genesis cards, whether it be the Typhlosion or the Lugia, I'm not gonna guess which. I think it's going to be the first non-base set card, a non-promo card, to hit $50,000.
So English WOTC first edition, outside of Japan.
Yeah.
It's a call. I mean, it could happen. It's not impossible. I wouldn't say so.
I think maybe Blastoise or Venusaur are there. Blastoise or Venusaur will get there first from base. Base first. But I think it's got a shot.
I think it's got a shot. The Typhlosion especially.
Yeah.
There's like none of them anywhere ever.
Also, do you think it's going to be one of those little red diaras, because they're quite common, or a normal Typhlosion 17? Which one do you think is going to carry the value?
Normal.
Do you think the normal one?
The normals always do. At the end of the day, like the errors are collected by error collectors.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like you strip everything else.
I don't know. Like your Mew, you collected this. It took you ages to collect this.
Yeah,
but it's the error.
It is the error. But
I mean, it doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't. Thankfully, it doesn't say that. But I don't know. I think.
But if you had the chance, would you have got the one with the corrected back?
Yes.
Fair enough. You agreed with your own opinion, so I won't go any more into that. We'll go into Near Discovery.
Yeah, there's no hesitation there. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, Near Discoveries.
The set we
10,000, 10,000, 11,000. So it has gone up. It has gone up.
Well, it's got to, hasn't it? Because all these other sets are.
I always say that Neo Discovery is more of an unknown.
Hey, there we go. Well, I think it realistically, if you compare it to the other sets, it should be at least $15,000.
Oh, 100%. Like, I know we hate on Neo Discovery, but that's usually just to roll people up.
Yeah. We can't just say every Pokemon card's great, can we?
Yeah, there are some nice cards in Neo Discovery.
But I think, actually, this is the anomaly. How do you say that word?
Anomaly, yeah, you said it correct.
Okay, I did say it correctly. This is the one where maybe like us collectors, people have gone, oh, it's not as good.
Yeah.
But actually, if we're just talking about supply and price trends, it probably should be worth more right now. If there was any value set in WOTC First Edition, I would argue it's Neo Discovery First Edition.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a really weird question here.
Okay.
If I gave you the option of having a Dairy Milk or a Galaxy, which one would you choose? Chocolate bars for anyone that's not from the UK. But then I said to you, okay, well, there's no Galaxy to have now because it's like £1 million per bar. Do you want a Dairy Milk? Would you take it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's what people need to realise with this set. If they can't get Neo Genesis, or if they can't get with base set First Edition or any of the other sets they want, you've still got an option here.
It's still Gen 2.
Yeah.
And it's not, like, it is expensive. It's a lot of money. But in regards to...
In comparison...
Look where it was 5,000 to 6,000 to 7,000, then it's only grew to 12. When if we compare this to Jungle, Fossil, Team Rocket, or Gyms, they were 3 to 5, and now they're 17 to 23. So, like, it hasn't had the same jump.
No, but we won't speak about Neo Discovery too much because we don't want to get into too many arguments. So let's have a look at the first edition hollows from my favourite Neo set, Neo Revelation. Ooh. So we've dipped. So we've got 13,700, 14,900. Then we go to, we've dipped by literally zero. No, it's a flat line.
It looks to me like
it definitely looks like a dip there.
It looks like there's nothing been sold.
Yeah, maybe nothing sold for Neo Revelation. But to be fair,
maybe we should look at the PSA 9 price because that's gone up still. Like you can see.
Yeah, you can see that.
So that has still gone up.
That's gone up by $600.
Yeah. So
which Neo Revelation is it's a nice looking set in general. But let's face it, there are only two cards that matter.
Oh, go on.
The Shiny Magikarp and the Shiny Gyarados.
Not the Suicune, the Raikou and the Entei. They're still top cards.
Like, don't get me wrong, they're fit.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah.
But the reason I love this set
is the Shiny
Magikarp and Shiny Gyarados. Because when you played Gen 2, you went to the Lake of Rage as part of the story and you had to fight or capture a Shiny Gyarados.
Yeah.
And that, for me, is what makes the set. Obviously, we've got the big old red Gyarados.
Yeah.
What else do you need? Like, that is a memory from the gameplay. It's probably most people's first ever and possibly only ever for casual players shiny Pokemon.
Yeah. I would argue as well for this, I don't think you'd be able to pick up Neo Revelation for $16,000.
No.
I don't think. I think this is just because of a lack of data. Yeah. I don't think this is necessarily the actual price. I might be wrong. Someone might have just sold their entire set.
Yeah, if someone wants to sell their Shining Gyarados and Shiny Magikarp PSA 10 first editions,
I would buy this set.
Stick them on eBay because they're gonna get. I think they're gonna get more than this.
I would buy that set for that price. If me, I would say it's a $20,000 set. For me, I would say that. I don't know whether other people agree. I'd pay a lot of money for the Shiny Magikarp and Gyarados.
So you could finally complete your Shining Swatsy set.
Complete my Shinings. Okay, let's go on to the big boys.
Let's go on to Connor's favourite set, Neo Destiny. Damn. Okay, so we went from 23.
Are you annoyed that it's gone up in price?
No, I'm surprised at how steep it still is. 23,300 to 32,800, and now it's at 30. It's gone up by an extra $5,000,
which is the biggest increase. It's the biggest increase there. Which is...
I mean, there it went up by 9,000. Do you mean in comparison to the other sets?
Yeah, in comparison to the other sets. Yeah. So that's still increased by more than 10% of its value. About 15% of its value in a month again.
And it's those Shining cards again.
It is. They are beautiful.
Even the Shining Charizard.
I'm a massive advocate of Neo Destiny First Edition. I still think $10,000 less than Neo Genesis is probably not right.
Yeah.
I would say that Neo Genesis First Editions is probably closer to 60, 70k then.
Yeah.
Which it probably is the true price, because Neo Destiny First Editions, they do get traded hands a lot, because there is, especially the Shinings, there's a few of them.
Well, I mean, if I had to pick a Shining that wasn't one of the Neo Revelation ones,
yeah,
I'd want Shining Mewtwo. So I'd have to go Neo Destiny.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. I don't know where the floor is for this. The problem is you still have the Charizard. Not the problem, but I guess you still have the Shining Charizard in there. At the end of the day, it might be the worst looking Charizard in WOTC, but it's a different Charizard.
Might be the worst looking Charizard of all time.
But it's still a WOTC First Edition Charizard.
Yeah, for
You've
sure.
still got a big Mewtwo in there, like you mentioned. Shining Celebi as well. Shining Tyranitar.
Shining Spring Onion. He is a good one.
They're not bad cards. The Noctowl. Annoyingly, it took me ages to acquire that card, but it's
right. I've never understood this.
Yeah, go on.
Quick off topic. Why Noctowl?
I don't know. I don't know.
It makes no sense.
No,
because like 99% of them are like legendaries or pseudo legendaries, right?
Yeah.
Is there any other weirdos? There's Noctowl.
There's Steelix as well. But the Steelix is actually, to be fair, is such a sick card.
Steelix is just a sick design.
Yeah, it does just look good. On Neo Destiny, where do I think that could go? It's obviously had a lot of hype again. Like, well, it's the one that's continuing to build. I would say, therefore, all the other Neo sets are undervalued. If that's the true price of Neo Destiny, I would say Neo Discovery probably should be closer to 20. I'd probably say that just off the prices. Yeah. I'm not going, in this particular card, the population of this. If that's worth that much, then the other prices probably should be playing catch up.
Yeah.
Do I think Neo Destiny, for me, is the best set? Yeah, sure. Do I think it's worth more than Neo Discovery and Neo Revelation? Yeah, sure I do. However,
Neo Genesis.
It's not worth Neo Discovery, Neo Revelation, and then $10,000 on top.
No.
Not for me.
I mean, there is a lot of secret rares.
Yeah.
So...
But you could buy, according to those prices, obviously there could be data loss.
Yeah.
But you could buy both those two Neo Revelations, and you could have $10,000 in cash. For
Which
me,
is pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I feel like those sets have prices to catch up on. It'd be interesting to see if that continues growing. The Shiny Charizard, I think one was listed for $10,000 recently. One sold for $8,000. So that's a big driver of that price.
Yeah, for sure.
The individual card. If that card went back down to 4,000 or 5,000, you'd see a big step back.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think there's still some movement on a lot of the sets. I don't know so much about the 99 cards, apart from base set. I don't like the Jungle, the Fossil. I think there's definitely a lot of movement on Neo Genesis.
Yeah, I could see that.
The gym sets.
Yeah.
I think there's still a little bit to go. But yeah.
The thing is, they're just not trading hands as much now. And a lot of these are more private deals because of the money involved.
What about Charizard?
Yeah, but because of the money involved. I'm going to use the example of the Blaine's Moltres we sold.
Yeah.
We sold that for 4K. Not us. It was on behalf of someone. I've still got mine up the top. But we sold that for that much on eBay. Back 400 quid of that is in fees. 150 quid of that is in PayPal. So that means, why would you sell those expensive cards on those platforms? And that's where Pokemon Price gets its prices from. If I was going to spend that amount of money, I would find the individual collector.
Yeah.
And I would, because at the end of the day, that's 550 quid that me and that person would be saving from the transaction.
Yeah, so you could either sell it for like $3.5 grand, sorry. Or, if the price is 4K, you get to keep the 4K.
Yeah.
There's like no loss there. Like, even if you like met a middle ground, one's 200 quid better off and the other one's 200 quid better off.
Exactly, and the higher the prices go, the less data there'll be.
Yeah.
The more they'll be doing on private purchases.
Apart from things like PWCC auctions for the like super expensive stuff.
Yes.
We will still see those big old Charizard sales go through there.
I think you submit to PWCC if you disagree with the market price.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. If I went, that Lieutenant Surge is up on top of my head, and that trading price was like $1,000 or 1,500, but and and every single buyer I spoke to was trying to get it for that price, I'd be like, okay, PWCC, put it on auction, and see if you can push the price limits, which I think a lot of people are doing. I would say especially some of the big collectors. I think if I was going to sell my if I was going to go ahead with it, I probably would just go PWCC.
Crazy times. Guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to go follow our Instagrams as well, because we need it. Grade Fit's catching up. Graded Gem. Grade Fit's catching up to me. Graded Gem's catching up to Connor. And we need some love too. But also make sure to go check out gradefit.co.uk, gradedgem.com. And
please leave your comments below with whatever you agreed or disagreed with. We love to see them, even if you tell us we're talking absolute rubbish, which is kind of the point.
Yeah, really. It is, yeah.
So yeah, guys, many thanks, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye-bye.